Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to Gurukul Online Learning Network. Today I'll be your instructor, Sheikh Mahadi. Our today's subject is Business Organization and Management, Chapter 2, Business Environment. Our today's topic will be analyzing the impact of elements of environment on business. Identify the favorable and unfavorable elements of business environment. So, impact of elements on business environment. Begin. There are a lot of things that are associated in business. Business consists of various kinds of things like resources, receiving capital, raw materials, or many others. The owner, manager, and the labor are the human element in the business. Capital, machine, raw materials, and the market are the materialistic elements of the business. So that's why they said business are associated of various kinds of things. Inside the living beings, we can say in the naturals, the owner, the manager, and the labor, those all are in humans. But business, the artificial, we can say, or the business elements, the secondary elements, which are capital, raw materials, machine, and the market. Few of the elements which have a great influence on the business are discussed below. Receiving resources. The development of a business of a country largely depends on its availability of resources. For, as we can say, if our country doesn't have enough resources to produce any kinds of good or raw materials, we simply just cannot make any kinds of goods. The most important and influential resources are given below. Receiving capital. It's very common that without any kinds of capital, any kind of business can be opened. Capital is the soul of business. Capital is required to run any type of business from the capital condition of economic needs and the income level of people, savings or investment, etc. So, that's why they said capital is necessary, because without any kinds of capital, business cannot be operated, whether the capital is small or if it's large. So, secondly, receiving raw materials. Natural environments greatly influence on the availability of raw materials used. Raw materials used. For example, we can say sugar. This sugar came from a raw material which was sugar cane. That's why they said raw materials is one of the main importance of business environments. In the development of jute industry in Bangladesh, availability of jute was one of the prime reasons. In KSA, the petroleum industry, in India, the iron industry, and in Norway, the fish industry was developed because of the availability of raw materials. So, as discussed, I explained and gave an example of sugar and sugarcane. That's how Norway for the fishes, iron for India, petroleum for KSA, and so that's it. That's all the raw materials. And then marketing facilities. Market plays a crucial role for the development of business. The market is greatly influenced by the social and economic environment. If the people of a country have a strong purchasing power, they can buy more goods to stop the number of people in a country. Income, nature, consumption, etc. influence the market. For example, I released a product into a market in a rural area where there are only low level and poor kinds of people. If one of my products price is more than 10,000 taka, the poor and the rural peoples, they cannot simply buy it. And if we put in urban area, so much low or lowly priced trends, those the richest and the high societies will be able to purchase it, and the people from the urban markets won't have the availability to that product. Second, availability of power. The availability of utility services like gas, electricity, petroleum products from a nuclear power, etc. have influence on the development of the business of a country. For example, that's why they said availability of power. If you do not have enough available resources to make your products or goods, you cannot just simply run your business down. To most of the things that are influenced by natural environment, but other environments also influence on it. Availability of human resources. For any kinds of business, even if it's small to large, or an industrial scale or a grocery scale, we need humans to do that. Even if machines do our 70% of the work, but to set up the machines, we need humans. That's why human resource is very important for any kinds of development of the business. Human is a resource. The human resource is a work of an entrepreneur, manager, and labor, etc. in the same variety. They are also the consumer. That's why human resource plays a very important role. Business-friendly policy. In the age of globalization, no country in the world cannot ensure the development without favorable business laws and rules of the government of commerce. Suppose, if we are clashing with any of our friendly countries, we won't be able to export or import our kinds of goods or whatever we supply and demand our market wants. Say for example, Bangladesh exports a lot of shrimps to outer countries. Say for example, we can take Thailand, Indonesia or Malaysia. If our country has any kinds of clashing with any three of these countries, we won't be able to export our shrimps, which is a major factor in our economical disbalance. That's why they said business-friendly policy is one of the main factors in a business environment. Proper communication and transportation system. The communication and transportation systems are very important for the development of any business. For exporting and importing, we simply need ships or cargoes or planes, whatever. The business communication and transportation system of a country are influenced by the various elements of the environment. Like the natural environment. In a case of a flood or some heavy sea storms, we cannot easily ship our shipments to other countries in case of import or export. In a heavy storm or a tornado, our cargo planes cannot fly to other countries or theirs cannot be taken to ours. That's why they said proper communication and transportation systems are also important for any kinds of running business. Business assistant service. The trade and industry is very important for the development of business. The various agencies of government, leasing companies, law enforcement agencies, fire repair organizations, retailer and wholesaler is very important. Business assistance service, they said, without any sort of assistance, a business simply cannot be run. That's why they said wholesaler and retailer, they are one of the two main factors in a business organization. That's why the wholesaler can put it to the retailer sellers, and that's why it can be spread to the consumers. That's how business assistance service works. Business environment in Bangladesh. The combination of internal and external factors that influence a company's operating situation. In any business, there are internal and external affairs always involved. The business environment can include factors such as clients and suppliers, its competitions and owners, improvement in technology, laws and government activities, and markets and social economic trends. These all are categories of business environment which helps in Bangladesh economical growth. The people of Bangladesh is a little conservative. Even though the literacy rate is lower, the people of Bangladesh values the ancient culture that holds equal rights for the men and women that are working in the industry as a business. Bangladesh is the third highest Muslim populated country in the world. Around 83% of the people are Muslims, 16% are Hindus, and the rest are Buddhist and Christians, the 1%. Religion values influences the ways of people do their business here. It will be discussed in the next year. Natural environment. One of the most important environments in business is the natural environment. Bangladesh are positive for business. Land is the most important resource of Bangladesh. For example, Bangladesh is an agriculture-based country. It's also called a riverine country, an agro-based country. It's called riverine because Bangladesh almost has like 1,300 or 13,000 rivers around it. That's why the soil is very fertile. The soil of this country is fertile that farmers do not need to spend much money on cultivating crops. Spending much money on crops, that means they do not need to waste too much money on fertilizers or pesticides. No, pesticides will be needed, but they do not need to use fertilizers for fertilizing the land. Though our forest is decreasing, we are also rich in forest resources. Existing coal, limestone, hard rock and crude oil is also helpful for establishing the industry, which are from the extractives. Economic environment. Bangladesh is a country that is classified as the next 11 emerging markets and one of the frontier 5. It's in the one of the top 5 in the list in the emerging 11s. According to a recent opinion poll, Bangladesh has the second most per capita list in developing world. The Bangladesh textile industry is the second largest in the world. Other key sectors include pharmaceuticals, shipbuildings, ceramic, leather goods, and electronics. These all are besides the garment industry. Garment industry is one of the most biggest industries in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, some of the economic elements have strong base, but most of them are very weak that causes barriers for economic development. Due to low per capita income, people are saving less and capital formation becomes difficult for economy. In Bangladesh, in recent years, the literacy rate, yes, it has increased, but in few years back, if you look up to 10 years back, we can see the literacy rate of Bangladesh was very low. That's why people were earning less, the per capita income was less. Due to that reason, the per capita income was less, that's why people couldn't save money. That brought a downtrend to the economy of our country. Third, social environment. Bangladesh has high reputation for its socio-cultural aspects. Nationality, religious beliefs, consumer perceptions, education and culture. Science and technology. Most of the social elements in Bangladesh is positive for expansion of business. People of this country are liberal, industrious and creative in respect of nationality, historically and culturally. Bangladesh friendly relation with all its neighboring countries. Social environment. It plays a very big impact on the business environments because this country holds 3 to 4 kinds of main religions: Hindu, Muslim, Buddhist and Christians. Due to these festive seasons, there are a lot of business coming and going in all of these festivals. That's why social environment plays a vital role in business environments. Cultural environment. Every society develops its own culture over time, and this culture is determined in large measures how its members behave and interact with each other. The term culture includes values, common norms, accepted the behavior patterns. People of Bangladesh are friendly in nature. That's why I previously said Bangladesh almost holds 3 to 4 kinds of major religions: Hindu, Muslim, Christian and Buddhist. The multidimensional culture heritage of Bangladesh encompasses within itself and the culture diversity of different social and religious groups of Bangladesh. The religious groups of Bangladesh, the 4 kinds of main religious groups, has a composite culture in which it influences Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism and Christianity would have been assimilated. The indigenous communities of Bangladesh have their own culture and tradition which are full of colorful diversity. The indigenous communities, which are the Chap, Garo or whatever the tribes we say of. Technological environment. The need of faster technological development is increasing, live healthy in Bangladesh. This sector needs a huge investment and research. Technology is something that can bring the whole world in one hand. As we explained before or described before, technology is one of the main factors in a business environment. For suppose, if you want to advertise your business product or your goods or whatever it is, even if it's a machine or a car, we need to make advertisements for those. We need to let 100 other people know that we are starting a new business, we have a new product at our hand and you need to get those. So that's why technological environments plays a role over here. We can publish our advertisements in TVs or in social medias. That's why technological environment is enlisted as one of the tops. Legal environment. Legal system is a part and parcel of business. Without legalization, a business cannot be operated. If you're earning money in an illegal system, that cannot be considered as a business. Laws define and protect the rights of human consumers and discipline those who interfere with legal rights. Legal environment have a significant role in the development of trade and business. To stop the legal environment, we can be weak or of its poor laws. Nepotism and corruption. Without the development of legal environment, the business of this country cannot go very far. As mentioned, we explained some of the legal environments that are the copyright acts. Suppose the copyright, let's explain about the copyright rights. If you have invented or you just have a new product that you just made and you don't want someone other to copy it, that's why you can put a copyright. That's why legal environment is necessary. So that's what we learned from today's topic, was analyzing the impacts and elements of business, identified the favorable and unfavorable elements of business environment. So if you have any kind of question regarding this topic, please let us know down in the comment box. If you like the video, please share it and be with Gurukul. Thank you.